I think that today China has a leading role in promoting multilateralism in the world. China has a vision that globalization is a good thing that needs to be promoted, even if there are aspects that can be corrected, can be improved. Some people are left behind. But the Chinese approach is that we need better globalization, and we need, with the Belt and Road Initiative, to create the conditions for larger areas of the world to benefit, in order exactly for globalization to be an opportunity for all, for nobody to be left behind, as we also are committed to through the Agenda 2030, that was approved by the General Assembly of the United Nations.
Yeah.
So I think this morning's speech is the confirmation of what has been the very clear commitment of China to a fair globalization, to fair and free trade, and to a multilateral governance able to respond to the global challenges we have today, namely in relation to climate change. But the advantage of the Belt and Road Initiative is that it's not only a concept, it is a combination of a number of concrete projects that are being implemented in many areas of the world. Those that relate to infrastructure that can connect, but also those that relate to the peoples to peoples connection. Because we live in a world where there are too many conflicts. We live in a world where there are too many misunderstandings between different religions, different cultures. So this is not only a material development project, this is a project to bring people together. This is not something only for development, it's also for peace. And this is the great value of this initiative, and this is why it is so much linked to the agendas of the United Nations that are for sustainable development and for sustaining peace. China is today a global economic powerhouse, and there is a mutual benefit on this. I mean, if China will help a country develop its economy, China will also benefit. It's a mutual benefit, it's a win-win situation. And so obviously we can see all these projects as a way also to promote Chinese investment, Chinese trade, Chinese wealth. It is true, but that's exactly the win-win situation. You try to make others rich and also become richer doing that. If everybody would behave in the same way, the world would be much better. It's a perfect marriage, but it's not only knowledge in the UN and funding in China. There is a lot of knowledge in China, and this knowledge is very important also for us. Not that we are going to copy the Chinese model, because China has specific conditions for its development, but we can learn the lessons of the Chinese development in order to avoid mistakes in other parts of the world, and we can use the capacities that were developed in China in technology, in strategies to fight poverty, in all areas today of industrial and services development, in order to help other countries be able to, I would say, to have a quantum leap, to have a jump, not to have to go all the way, but to be able to take profit of the Chinese experience to jump into a higher level of development. What is important today, more important than anything else, is to people to be able to overcome their contradictions, to respect each other, and to work together for peace. China is doing all this effort with the Belt and Road Initiative. Imagine if the countries where these investments are being made will enter into a conflict, the investment will be lost. So peace is a basic condition for development, and peace is something that we need to put as our first priority in everything we do, and all countries should have it in their first priorities.